Have you ever spent hours modeling something in Blender only for it to end up looking like this? But then, with literally three lights, it suddenly looks like something from a movie. So, what changed? Because here's the thing, great renders aren't just about great models, they're about light. Today, I'm going to show you the lighting setup that's used in films, photography, animation, and professional 3D renders. The 3-point lighting setup. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what each light does, and when to use it, and how to make almost any Blender scene look dramatically better. And the best part, once you understand this, you'll never randomly drag lights around your scene again. Okay. So before we even begin to talk about the 3-point light setup, let's first go through the basic different light types in Blender and how to manipulate it. And yeah, let's just get right into it right now. Okay, so when you go into the your scene first, if you want to like follow this demonstration, just delete all of the stuff in here and spawn in a cube. And right now, we're going into the render viewport, which is like over here. And I know this looks a little bit strange, but I'll explain it how it works. So let's go here first. Let's change the render engine to cycles. Oh yeah, and there's 3 types of render engine in Blender. The first one is Eevee. Eevee is like a render engine if you have like bad computer, like really bad computer. I'm talking about like ancient computers that you used back in like the 20s. And the workbench one is kind of like no lights, no colors, like just how you see things in the original viewport, like that here. That's how you render it. And the third one, cycles, it's for people who have like really good computers, and it makes your scene look really realistic. And it's one of the best render engines in this 3D industry, I think. And if you have a GPU, like NVIDIA or Ryzen, stuff like that, please use GPU compute and don't use CPU compute. You can load things way faster with GPU than CPU. But if you don't have a GPU, then please use CPU. And let's just change the world setting, the world properties first. So I want you to set the strength of the world light to 0. I know this looks really strange, but just bear with me, okay? So let's spawn in a area light first for this demonstration and scale it up. Let's just change the power of it. So in Blender you can change the power of it, and your lights also moves like object too. You can move it around, and you can also rotate it, and you can also scale it. And yeah, let's just play with the light settings here. So exposure of your light, it's kind of like a secondary setting for your power. And you can also change the shape of your area light. You can change it to square, rectangle, a disc, an ellipse, like depending on your what you're rendering. Some of them, like it's best for a square light or a disc light or an ellipse light. It's highly, I don't know what's the right word for this, but it's you're really free to do it all. Like just play around with it. And the spotlight. Yeah, I know this looks quite a little bit off. Oh yeah, and sometimes it can. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so for the area light, let's change the power first. Like it's just basic stuff. And let's move to the sunlight next. Sunlight. The sunlight is kind of like one of the special lights in Blender, because like as the name suggests, it's a sun, right? It's a sun. And if you're trying to render an environment scene, I would suggest to use a combination of sunlight and spotlight. For if you're trying to light only one particular object, I think area light is best for it, because you can manipulate it for a 3-point light setup, which I will talk later. Which I will talk about later. Okay, so just play around with it. And the point light, it's as the name suggests, it's only a point. Okay. All right, so we're done with this part, and let's move on to the next part. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to explain the 3-point light setup. So as you can see here, I have this demonstration of these 3-point light setup with this car model. So as the name suggests, the 3-point light setup uses 3 lights, 3 different light sources to light your objects. And usually it has one in the back, like this one here, one on one side, and one on the other side. And usually there's one side that's the power is going to be a little bit lower. I don't know why, but it's kind of like the rules of the 3-point light setup. Okay, so I'll light this object from scratch again, exactly like this. Okay, so let's delete all of the light first. Okay, so let's start with the light source from the back. So let's spawn in an area light first. Okay, so move it to the top. I want the lights directly point at the back, so let's move it at the back and rotate it afterwards. So move it along the x-axis and rotate it on the y-axis. Increase the size a little bit, like this. And I'll usually just crank up the power of the light at the back. Like here. That's a little bit too much, so let's do 1,000. Yeah, that's about it. And move it a little bit farther. So press G and press Z twice. So you can move the light like this. The light looks a little bit weird, so let's try different shapes. Disc or ellipse. I don't know. You guys decide. Like whichever shape you like the most. Yeah, you could choose it, but for me, it's probably the disc here, for this case. Yeah. Let's do the other ones. Okay, let's spawn in an area light again and rotate it on the x-axis, 90 degrees, and z-axis. Probably not the z-axis, but let's just move it first. So, like, I'll move it over here and rotate it to here so that it points directly at it. Okay, let's scale up a little bit and maybe move it a little bit closer. And again, let's just crank up the power. And you can see that it's getting a little bit closer to the first lighting scene you have saw when I open up Blender. Okay, so for the other one, I usually just copied it by pressing Shift plus D and move it over here and rotate it again. And like, depending on which type of light style you want, like you can adjust it. So maybe this one, the power should be a little bit lower, like about 100 here. So yeah, this is the basic setup of 3-point light setup. It's really that simple, but it looks I know it sometimes looks a little bit advanced or complicated, but it's really that simple when you narrowed it down to the basics. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Okay, so after you have watched this video, you have learned the basic lighting setup for Blender, the 3-point lighting setup. And thanks for watching this video. Thank you a lot. I know some people don't always finish the videos, so thank you guys a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next video.